Hello, hello.
Hello, Professor.
Hear me? Is the sound fine? Yes?
Yes, sir. The sound is
Okay.
fine. Kalispera.
Kalispera, kalispera. Τι κάνετε? You will tell me when I'm going to start, or when you want me to share my.
Yes, we're waiting for the participants, and we're going to start in a couple of minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you so much for the invitation. Of course, I'm going to repeat this again, but thank you so much for the invitation. I'm looking forward to working with you, and well done organizing this very interesting event. Let's hope this interesting discussion, right?
Thank you very much. We'd like to express our thanks for your participation, sir.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated.
I think you had some meetings with my colleagues. I was in Romania then. That's why I was unable to attend. Probably in the near future, we are going to keep on our contacts and work on projects.
I hope so. I mean, I'm looking forward, actually.
Professor Pariksoğlu, we are going to present you and Ms. Marku with my colleague, Professor Önder, first, just an introduction. Then you are going to begin your presentation.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Bir iki dakikaya geliyor hocam.
Tamam, tamam hocam.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Enes hocam, sesimi alabiliyor musunuz hocam?
Evet hocam, alıyorum sesini.
YouTube yayınımızda bir sıkıntı var mı? Kontrolünü
Yok
rica
hocam.
ediyorum.
Merhaba hocam.
Bakıyorum. Bakıyorum.
Aylin hocam siz hazır olunca başlayabiliriz.
Tabii ki hocam. Enes hocam var mıdır bir sorun?
Yok hocam, hiçbir sorun yok.
Tamam.
Bakıyor,
Paylaşım yapıldı. Başlıyorum izninizle.
Evet.
Buyurun hocam.
Sayın dekanlarım, değerli konuklar, saygıdeğer meslektaşlar ve sevgili öğrenciler, hepiniz 1. Uluslararası İletişim, Teknoloji, Sanat ve Tasarım Kongresi'ne yeniden hoş geldiniz. Kongremiz boyunca tüm oturumların kayıt altına alınacağını ve YouTube kanalımız üzerinden yine canlı yayınlanacağını öncelikle belirtmek isterim.
Dear Rector, dear Vice Rector, dear Deans, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, and dear students, welcome to the first International Communication, Technology, Art and Design Congress. I'd like to start by informing you that all sessions of our Congress will be recorded and streamed live on our YouTube channel.
Kongremizin ikinci gününde de böylesine saygın bir katılımcı topluluğuyla başlamaktan büyük onur ve mutluluk duyuyoruz. Kongremiz kapsamında planladığımız 2 panelimiz olacak. 19 ve 19.35 saatleri arasında ilk panelimizde 2 önemli konuşmacıyı ağırlayacağız. Dr. Vasilios Balakzaglo, The Impact of Artificial Intelligence in the Creative Sector, Spotlight on the Higher Education başlıklı konuşmasıyla, Vasiliki Marcu ise Fitting Culture into Digital Age, The Role of EU Funding Programs başlıklı konuşmasıyla yer alacaktır. Her konuşmacımız programımızın yoğunluğu nedeniyle 15 dakikayla sınırlandırılmıştır.
We are honored and delighted to start the second day of our Congress with such a distinguished group of participants. We have planned 2 panels as part of our Congress. In the first panel, which will take place from 7 p.m. to 7:35, we will host the prominent speakers. Dr. Vasilios Paliktsoglu will present on the impact of artificial intelligence in the creative sector, Spotlight on Higher Education, and Vasiliki Marcu will discuss Fitting Culture into the Digital Age, the role of the EU funding programs. Each of our speakers will be limited to 15 minutes due to the tight schedule of our program.
Katılımcılarımızdan Dr. Vasilios, Doğu Finlandiya Üniversitesi'nden bilgisayar bilimleri alanında doktora derecesine sahip bir akademisyen ve sektör profesyonelidir. Sosyal bilişim, işbirlikçi öğrenme ve yüksek öğretimde yeni teknolojiler konularında görüşlerini paylaşarak birçok akademik ve sektör etkinliğinde ana konuşmacı olarak yer almıştır. Dr. Vasilios, bilgi ve yeniliği ilerletme konusundaki kararlılığını vurgulayarak uluslararası araştırma projelerinde de aktif olarak rol almaktadır.
Dr. Vasilios Paliktsoglu is an academic and industry professional holding a PhD in computer science from the University of Eastern Finland. He has been a keynote speaker on several academic and industry events, sharing his insights on social computing, collaborative learning, and emerging technologies in higher education. Dr. Paliktsoglu also actively participates in international research projects, underscoring his commitment to advancing knowledge and innovation.
Vasiliki Marcu'yu ise sanat ve miras, politika, yönetim ve eğitim alanında yüksek lisans derecesine ve yabancı diller, çeviri ve tercümanlık alanında lisans derecesine sahip bir iş geliştirme yöneticisidir. Kültürel politika, kamu Avrupa politikası, kültür etrafındaki yeni trendler, kültürel katılım, temsil konularıyla tutkuyla bağlıdır ve Avrupa fonlama programları konusunda deneyimlidir. Yaratıcı, iletişim becerileri yüksek, son derece organize bir kişiliğe sahip olup her şeyi yapabileceğine inanan bir tutumu vardır.
Vasiliki Marcu is a business development manager holding a master's degree in arts and heritage, policy, management and education, and a bachelor's graduate in foreign languages, translation and interpreting. She's passionate about cultural policy, public European policy, new trends around culture, as well as cultural participation and representation, as well as experience in the European funding programs. She has a creative, communicative, and highly organized personality with a can-do attitude.
Şimdi sözü Dr. Vasilios Palakzaglo'ya bırakıyor, teşekkürlerimi iletiyorum.
Yes, Dr. Paliktsoglu, the floor is yours.
Okay, good afternoon. Thank you for this kind invitation. First of all, I need to say it's amazing how we can gather online from around the world and talk about such important topics. I'm going to share now my screen, my presentation actually, so maybe you can tell me if you can see it. Yes, it's available?
Yes, sir, we can
Yes.
see it very clearly.
Okay, so again, thank you so much for the invitation, all the professors and the organizing committee. As promised, today we're going to talk about the impact of AI in the creative sector with spotlight on higher education. Obviously, over the past years, AI has dramatically transformed the creative industry. It enhances operation, improves experiences, and creates personalized content. Of course, the impact spans across content creation, customer experience, personalization, efficiency, and reshaping how the creative sector works. Of course, since we are educators, most of us, this transformation is equally important for the higher education to prepare students for AI integrated creative, ensuring that they are ready for their future. I mean, I'm going to talk a little bit about how AI transforms all these sectors, but I mean, the time is very limited, so I'm just going to go briefly through it. And then I'm going to highlight how this and what we need as educators and higher education to do to actually improve the way we teach and prepare students for the coming wave of AI. Of course, AI transforms the content creation, right? So we have the data-driven personalization examples like Spotify. We can think how Spotify just choose the right song for us, right? So AI analyze to create a playlist tailored to our needs and keep us hooked. Adobe Sensei is another very good tool for this, right? So it's like a digital assistant for creative projects, right? So most of the things are repeated tasks and image tagging, editing, and layouts allow them to focus on creativity. Also in terms of video production examples, we have the Whizbit, right? The AI-driven platform that can turn written content into short videos in few seconds, if not minutes. The Artbreed, another fun tool where you can merge and alter images to create unique art. And of course, the AI influencer like the Lee Miquela, a virtual personality created AI that has 1 million of followers and can engage them into impactful content that reaches a wider audience. Of course, another very important factor is improving the user experience. So AI chatbots and visual assistants revolutionize the customer service, handling inquiries and provide quick and accurate responses. We have the voice control devices like in Amazon's Alexa and Google Assistant that control the entertainment system and easy speak to us. The streaming services such as Netflix. So for example, how does Netflix always know what we want to see next? I mean, it uses machine learning to recommend shows and movies for viewing history. Also another features the personalized thumbnails and predictive searches that makes our favorite shows come easier. If I'm going too fast, please let me know, but I think the time is quite limited, right? Of course, another very important factor of AI is to tailor the experiences of individuals. So we have like in the music, we have AI made songs that are based on preference and enhance the user satisfaction. We have the adaptive gaming. Gaming is adjusted according to our level and how we want to work with them and how we want to play. In the marketing, we have the Presado, for example, that creates marketing messages to individual customers and boosts engagement in conversation. And of course, the VR and AR applications that are tailored with AI to interact in these environments and based on user behavior that makes these experiences more immersive and engagement. Of course, the streamlining is another sector where AI plays an important role. So in 3D modeling, we can make models in films and games that make time and they are more enhanced in quality. We have the music composition and automated content creation of AI assistants, and we can use automated video editing, proofreading, generating ad copies, and all these reduce the workload and cost. Of course, Film production is another sector where AI plays important role. Is the script book, the Pixar, and the post-production. So, but all of them use AI to help to reach the audience. The Pixar uses realistic simulations in reducing manual effort and speeding production. And of course, the post-production with AI automates like color correction and sound editing, and of course improves efficiency and quality. Marketing, of course, is another factor, another place, another sector where AI influence and plays a big and important role, especially in the consumer behavior analysis, in the social media and chatbots, and of course in the content generation for marketing. So, in other words, AI is everywhere, right? One important thing when we talk about AI, it's that in essence, what AI does is enhance the creative process. So AI should play a supportive role. It should enhance and not replace the creative work during the workflow and help in sparking new ideas. So predictions suggest that more creatives will embrace AIs, become more user-friendly and capable. And of course, without the human input and continuous learning, human creativity and guidance are crucial for AI to be used properly. Of course, there are plenty of tools that are really effective and they can really complement the human creativity. And of course, we mentioned pretty much how AI is used and how it helps the creative sector, but of course, there are some barriers in terms of cost. So it's the high initial investment and maintenance. It's a big barrier for smaller companies and institutions. Data privacy is a big issue with AI and how this data from the users is being used. As usual, when automation comes along, like when Ford introduced automation into the industry, job loss was a big factor that actually plays an important role in media and entertainment, and of course in education. But without quality control, AI cannot work. It's not accurate and in terms of what it generates. Of course, ethical concerns are also a big factor, and biases in terms of algorithm and guidelines and regulations for responsible AI use. I think there are plenty of books nowadays that actually talk about this. So this is a very, very important factor. So that's why navigating the ethical issues is really important. So intellectual property and quality control plays an important role in adoption AI-generated content. We need to develop sophisticated AI models capable of creating original content that detect plagiarism. Human, of course, oversight ensures quality control, right? So broader ethical practices, companies in the creative sector, and of course, universities must engage in ethical practices to maintain trust and sustainable goals. Of course, IP plays important role as well when we talk about the creative sector. So all these factors play an important role. But now let's see what studies are saying about AI and why we should think that AI should be adopted. So according to recent studies like the Engine in 2023 and especially the Autodesk in 2024, both of them mentioned that AI is now considered a top skill of the future. So whenever we teach our students, they are industry-ready professionals. Without having the skill of knowing how to use and how to properly use AI, most probably they won't be easily employed. So these two studies really highlight that factor. I'm not going to go into details because I think the time is not enough to highlight them. But in essence, this is why we need to change how we teach and what we teach our students. So obviously, we need to consider reimagining the skills for AI-driven world, which means we need to teach our students AI literacy, how it works, what are the strengths and what are the limitations, and why it's crucial to know them. Of course, that can be done with experimentation, right? And using different tools that students need to use and evolve. Of course, critical thinking is one of the big things that we need to teach our students, how to critically engage with information and choose the right information without having biases and inaccurate outputs. Of course, there are plenty of implications when using AI in problem solving or personal attitudes and societal structure. It means bias is another big thing that we need to teach our students when using AI. Of course, teaching our students, first of all, encompasses the fact that we know the technology, right? So we need to think how we can reskill ourselves, how we as educators can improve our knowledge of AI and how we can teach with AI. So AI literacy and training is an important factor. Not only the students, but also we need to know how to use properly the tools. Of course, again, critical thinking and ethical education should be emphasized on how to use ethically AI. We need to find new assessment methods that, because the traditional methods are now, let's say, they're not so relevant now. We need to maybe consider more prototypes and software reflecting on real-world applications of skills. And of course, in order for that to happen, collaboration and industry partners should be present within the university to provide the students, but also the staff with hands-on experiences on how to use AI tools and technologies. Of course, we already mentioned that we need to reconsider how we assess and how we teach. So beyond traditional assessment, we need to consider that factor. We need to have proper guidance and mentorship, and of course, in-personal evaluation, which is very crucial in every stage of producing anything that has to do with AI and AI tools. Of course, AI and the creative sector in combination with higher education should consider embracing this way. So AI enhance efficiency, personalization, revolutionize how we create content. And of course, without this embracement and adoption, nothing can happen. So new curricula should come up with critical thinking, ensuring that our students are ready to face the future challenges. Of course, continuous adaptation and can maximize the benefits of using AI in both sectors. So just to finalize what I said, I think the message out there is that AI is the top skill of the future, and we as people from the creative sector and as educators at the same time should embrace and maintain a human-centered approach that is crucial for the sustainability of this teaching approach. I think pretty much I covered what I wanted to say. Some sources that are really useful, some studies that we can maybe go through them. And again, thank you for listening. If there are any questions or anything you would like to ask. Of course, you can find me on LinkedIn or you can drop me an email at any time. Thank you so much for listening. I hope it was engaging, but quick at the same time.
Thank you so much. Şimdi sıra sunumunu yapmak üzere Veseliki Marku'ya bırakıyorum sözü. Hoş geldiniz.
Murat Hoca'nın sesi kapalı.
Teşekkür ederim. Now it's time to welcome Vasiliki Marku. Ms. Marku, the floor is
Thank you very much. I will share my screen for my presentation.
All right.
Wait. Oh, sorry. What have I done?
Now we can see it.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you very much for the invitation. First of all, my name is Vasiliki Markou. I'm a business development manager at Innovation Hive. And my presentation is Feeding Culture into the Digital Age, the role of the European programs. And the reason that the European programs are relevant to this, and my presentation really builds on the previous presentation, is because, first of all, Turkey is one of the countries that are eligible for funding from Europe for projects. And also because Europe at the moment really recognizes the importance of the development of digital skills for the cultural sector in order to be more competitive and relevant to society. I will first start with a presentation of my organization because we are really working with the European programs, and because our area, since one of the areas of interest for us is culture, we have included some other areas of interest like CCS and CCIs, cultural heritage, digitization, and capacity building. Since culture is a big umbrella, the digitization and capacity building, we have added it as an objective of our own because we have recognized that there is a big trend towards the importance of developing digital skills and the importance of the contribution of the digital sector into a smooth and easy digital transition. And we do that through the presentation, through the development of the projects in which we are part of. I will start first with a short discussion about culture and society and how everything is correlated with each other, because there is a constant need for culture to follow and adapt to the societal advancements, and because culture cannot exist on their own without the need to be related to something else, to have a substance. And because there is society is always shifting, culture is shifting with it, and the cultural industries as well. And since now technological advancement and digital advancements are part of the societal advancements, culture needs to adapt as well in order to be relevant and relatable. And in order for the professionals to also have the skills and the knowledge in order to adapt to the digital age and the needs of this age. Also, there are new trends that cultural professionals need to follow. I have included here a picture of the TikTok account of the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, because big and formal institutions like the Rijksmuseum had to change and adapt to society of now in order to be relatable and to reach younger audiences and a bigger audience, wider audience in general. And they use like TikTok, which to me at first was really interesting because it's not formal, it's not LinkedIn, it's something that is more informal with brief videos, mostly funny videos, but it's a small example of how cultural professionals need to change to have digital marketing skills, which is the bare minimum at the moment, and to then have also advanced digital skills, which is AI and virtual worlds, knowledge on virtual worlds, etc. And then I will move to the European policy and programs. The European policy is following society. The needs of society, is influenced by society and also influences society. Europe has one of the priorities of Europe is culture. And in order to address this priority, they publish work plans. They last for 3 years. Now we have the work plan for 2023 and 2026. It has 4 priorities. I have only included 2 of them because they are the most relevant. It is artists and cultural professionals empowering the cultural and creative sectors. And one of the actions that they aim to take in order to address this topic is to stimulate the digital transformation of the cultural and creative sectors. This means that they want to educate cultural professionals and the cultural industry in order to be able to have the skills and the knowledge of the digital sector in order to be able to adapt to the society of today, to increase their employability, and in order to be competitive professionals, because now they consider that if you cannot have these skills, you cannot be competitive, and you cannot have the job that otherwise you would have in the previous years. And then the second priority, culture for the people, enhancing cultural participation in the role of culture in society. One of the actions is the discoverability of diverse European cultural content in the digital environment. What they aim to do here is they want to help the cultural industry become more easier to target people from all around the world, and to be easily accessible for people with disabilities. This means that these priorities represent training of the professional and an upskilling of the sector in general in order to be able to bring the societal change to the people. And these policies are materialized through the programs and their goals. They want to, and because they want to fund projects that will bring this change that is envisioned through the policies. I have included 3 programs here: Horizon Europe, Creative Europe, and Erasmus+. Horizon Europe is one of the biggest research programs, and Cluster 2 is the one that corresponds to culture and the cultural industry. I have included here a call that is for September, which is leverage the digital transition for competitive European cultural and creative industries. And through this, they want to support projects and actions that will utilize innovative digital tools and technologies by Europe's CCIs in order to increase competitiveness and sustainability. And they want to have significant contributions to strengthen the ability of the European CCIs in order to contribute to a human-centered digital transition. And for the Creative Europe, I have included a call that ended in January of this year. One of the objectives was to enhance the capacity of European cultural and creative sectors to innovate and to generate jobs and growth. And one of the on this objective, they wanted to help the cultural and the creative sectors and industries to accelerate their digital transition and to help the professionals develop their skills and knowledge on AI technologies. So having just plain digital skills is not enough. As I said before, you need to know advanced digital skills, which is AI, of course, and to know the dangers behind it, and to also be able to have the knowledge and the skills to utilize it in your daily practice. And for Erasmus+, one of the calls aims to upskill the CCIs to increase their employability. So these 3 calls have 2 aims. First, they show the need to upskill cultural professionals because they feel there is a lack of knowledge on digital skills, and they think that you cannot be a professional of today's world if you do not have this kind of skills. And also they want to utilize the creative sectors in order to bring this shift to the world. So yeah, this was these shows the general need that the sector needs to have advanced digital skills in order to operate in today's society. And lastly, I have included one example of the organization that I work with. It is, and it found that, yes, it is true, there is a lack of skills on the cultural professionals, and we need to help them advance their skills. It is a really small example, because we have developed an open e-learning platform for the promotion and preservation of one of our main interests, which is artpreneurship, inclusion in art, cultural heritage, and digitalization. We offer courses and on these topics, and also we have weekly related news from all around the world. This was it for me. Thank you very much. You can also send me an email if you're interested. And yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much. Sevgili hocalarım, değerli katılımcılar, sorularınız var mıdır panelistlerimize? Sorusu olan var mıdır? Şuhay hocam, buyurun. Söz sizde. Sesinizi alamıyoruz hocam ama.
Thank you. Begüm hocam, I just got back from school. That's why I'm not opening my camera, but I'm very interested. I just wanted to let the speaker know that it's a great presentation. I just want to ask, actually, I was just going to ask the speaker before you, but maybe Vasiliki, is that correct? I'm sorry, ignore my pronunciation.
No, it's
are
perfect.
there any, I don't know whether you are related with this, but are there any suggestions on how we can utilize AI in classroom settings, especially at the university level?
I think that perhaps this question could answer, yes, the previous speaker. Yeah.
Yes, I was just gonna, but I don't know. Maybe you could give some suggestions as well.
Vasiliki, I think I can answer this. So
Oh, yeah, you're here.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the question. Actually, it's a very valid question. I was a keynote speaker just in a previous conference, maybe 15 days ago, where there were different ways how there were different presentations, and we were talking about how we can use AI in the classroom. One basic way of using the AI in the classroom was mainly, there are plenty of ways how you can use. For example, in entrepreneurship classes, you can use AI for coming up with new ideas, right? Generating new ideas. Another way in programming, for example, right? You can use AI for helping students learn how to code. In our case, where we talk about digital and creative media, things are a bit more complicated, but definitely nowadays AI can produce user UX interfaces like prototyping, sketches, and all different ways. Of course, the basic skill here is to teach the students how to use ethically the AI, right? So obviously, most of these approaches are rather summative than informative. That means that they can learn how to use the tool as a skill, and then you can give them feedback. But later on, when the assignment comes, they will need to come up with something more concrete. I don't know if I answered the question. I think I can talk until tomorrow. But any specific, more specific question, I'm more than happy to answer anything more specific if you have in mind. Maybe I can be more of help if you give me something more specific.
Okay, thank you. I just wanted to ask. Yes, you are the person that I really wanted to ask. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Teşekkürler Şuhay Hocam. Başka sorusu olan var mıdır değerli katılımcılarımız? Okey. Sanırım yok. Değerli katkıları ve destekleri için her iki panelistimize de çok teşekkür ediyorum. Kongremizin ikinci paneli saat 20'de başlayacaktır. Teşekkürler.
We would like to express our heartfelt thanks to both participants, Dr. Palikzoğlu and Ms. Marku, for their participation as well as their enlightening presentations.
Thank you.
Professors, thank you so much. Keep in touch.
Thank you very much.